Hello, friends. Welcome to my new Tesla. Well, new to me. So it's actually a used Tesla that I bought for $40,000 in Las Vegas. And right now I'm going on my road trip back home from Las Vegas, Nevada to Longmont, Colorado, where I live. And come along on this ride and I'll explain why I picked up this Tesla, my experience with electric cars before, and just some overall impressions. And accompany me on this trip. I'm here in Cedar City, Utah, and part of the reason why I picked this up is free supercharging for life on this P85. I mean, this was a $122,000 car, new. So it is 6 years old. It's got 90,000 miles on it. Now on to our next stop, which is in a little bit. So now on to our next stop, which is in 1 hour, 45 minutes in Richfield, Utah. This Tesla, because obviously the price was right, but also we were looking for an electric car that gave us more range. So my experience with electric cars is we had a Nissan Leaf, 2013 Nissan Leaf that we got used, and ironically I bought it used for $10,000, got a tax credit, and just recently sold it for $10,000. We were looking for an electric car with a little more range. We were looking 3s, Ys, all those, but the pricing is still way too high for kind of what we expected to do for the driving of the car. And the opportunity came to buy this one, and it seemed like it would fit our needs perfectly. Especially a Model S, I'm excited about because it's, essentially a fully loaded sedan. High-end vehicle for a pretty good price, and this one has about 200 miles per range, has the unlimited supercharging, and it has the autopilot, kind of everything we'd want. It does have a couple of unique service history items where the computer was replaced under warranty, the drivetrain was replaced on the battery. There's minimal degradation, and I can tell from the previous owner that the previous owner, I can tell, babied this thing. I think it's got plenty of miles left on it, and it's going to be a really comfortable ride. So with the Leaf, where we got used to charging it, dealing with kind of our mini range anxiety on it, the Leaf only got 76 miles, so it didn't get a ton of range, but it was the perfect around town city car. Perfect for driving to the grocery store, dropping kids off at school, soccer practice, all that kind of work. It was great. And I actually really love the car. The performance, the features were awesome. So this, we're thinking, will have the same similar that same similar around town use as our Leaf, but will also get us a little further afield where we can now go on those shorter road trips, those 2-hour-long road trips. I don't know how many cross-country trips we'll do or anything like that, but for the shorter trips I think we're going to be happy with it. This is, I think, my 5th supercharger stop. I'm way more than halfway through. I'm in Colorado right now, in Grand Junction, Colorado. So I got about 3 more hours of driving. But I did want to plug in and give you kind of an update on my thoughts. And I'm very impressed with the autopilot. The autopilot is making this drive super, super easy. The second thing is the supercharging stops. I'm going about 150 miles between stops, and it's perfect to go to the bathroom, have a coffee, walk around. I'm not feeling any sort of stress about the time that it's taking to charge, which I'm also happy about. And most of the places have been kind of cool, and easy to get to, something around there. I had lunch at Arby's. I would say autopilot is like that first time that I got adaptive cruise control on an Infiniti FX35, I don't know, 15 years ago, longer. It really changed how I drove because it made these long trips easier, and you weren't all stressed out because the cars weren't slowing down and stopping in front of you. The autopilot does that exact same thing, but with the steering, and I'm smitten. I'm smitten. Car's doing great. Everything's great, except just went through a major downpour, and now I'm on the $1 million highway on I-70, and you just look. It's hard to see probably on the camera, but there was a fire in this canyon, and so there's tons of loose rock and soil above here, and there's been several closures in the last year from mudslides, so it's kind of creepy driving through this canyon during a mudslide or during heavy rain. Handling the rain fine. Doing good. Let's get out of this canyon. I made it alive, and I want to show you some stats because I left Las Vegas at 4:30 a.m. I'm arriving at 10 p.m. Mountain Time, and I want to show you. So 840 miles, 278 kilowatts of energy. Average 330. I don't really know what that means. I'll figure that out sometime. But the car performed flawlessly, easy. I think having the autopilot really made the drive way easier than I expected. But I want to show you this. What the app is telling me is that I've, for those 279 kilowatts, I spent $3. That was charging in Vegas on a home charger, and then the rest was obviously on supercharger, and my gas savings for an equivalent car would have been $135. I think I spent that $135 on coffee and treats on the road. So thanks for coming along with me. I'm sure I'll do a couple more performance and Tesla and do a little more deep dive into the look of the car. But this is my first impressions after a day on the road, and I'm smitten. Talk to you soon.